A very good evening and welcome to the fifth episode of Yoga. What we were discussing were the 8 limbs of yoga and how they are actually part and parcel of the very Sanatan Tantra, and the yoga that we perform today is nothing but that exercises or restrictions of a mind or a path towards enlightenment. So, previous episodes, if you have gone through, and I will put on the link above so that you can refer to the previous episodes if you are new to the channel. I would like to ask you for subscription because we are going to keep doing the next episodes long form, and I will be doing other episodes that we are doing in Hindi right now in English as well. So on the dimension, I will give the link for the other episodes and other channels that we have, and I would like you to subscribe and stay with me, support me. And if you think that what we are preaching, what my experiences are of any needful purpose of yours and is doing good to your life, you can give a super thanks to me, which will support me in various forms. With that, I will be discussing that yamas and niyams. This is the first limb of Ashtang Yoga that was given by Rishi Patanjali. He segregated the full transcript into one particular segment, asking people of that particular time to get introduced or get reintroduced in the Sanatan path as we are doing it right now. We are asking people to follow their roots. We are asking people to come back to their roots. We are asking people to know the Sanatan in the correct form. Over here, I would like to request that many so-called gurus of the YouTubes, especially, as well as, see, I don't consider that people who are all talking about Sanatan Dharma in the Facebook or in Insta, very knowledgeable, because what they are doing is they are reading from somewhere and they are talking about it. But there are certain gurus who say or claim to be experienced with their life forms. Now, suppose if I am an experienced yoga specialist, or if I have reached to a certain level of enlightenment in my own life, then obviously I will teach you through my own life. Obviously, I will refer to the reference books and the grammar books of Ved, and because that is the grammar book of religion, that's the Veda. So I will refer you over there, but I will talk about my own experiences more than what I am reading through. So while doing that, I will be explaining you with my own causes, but there are certain people who just go by the, AI format, the latest artificial intelligence format. So remember one thing, please. Artificialness in anything, or the bookish language, or the bookish form of knowledge is just bookish. When your life experience, if you really are into yoga, if you are really into dharana, that's meditation, you will understand that what you are reading, it differs hugely to what you are practicing, and that is where the doubts gets created. And at that point of time, if your doubts are not appropriately answered, if your doubts are not appropriately addressed, I have seen people backing off. I have seen people getting the backbite or the negative effects of this particular system, because once you start going forward, there is no looking back. And if you are stopping a process in between, what happens? Few things will happen together. There will be a stagnation. Now, when things are getting stagnated, it is across your life. Means you will get stagnated in your career, you will get stagnated in your relationship, you will get stagnated in your uplift idea of living as a totality. Now, suppose you are practicing meditation in a certain format and you see certain gurus talking about something that raises your doubt, or you by yourself go and discuss something with others wherein they say, see, this has not happened with me and I think there is something wrong in your experience or in your guru, and somehow you get a doubt created within your mind frame. Now, when your doubt gets created in spirituality, if doubt is bound to come, and that doubt can be actually being addressed only and only by your guru. Else, who can address it? Your own inner self will address it. How? That is what yoga teaches you, to get intimate with your inner higher consciousness. So, it is a very logical frame of mind. It has got nothing to do with faith. Faith will support you. Faith will not allow you to go away from what you are practicing. Faith will give you that push which is needed in each and every step of this particular form of elevation. But your own mind, your consciousness will be the first and foremost to address your issues. And what helps you in this process is the asanas. The asanas are basically postures of holding your body into one place. Asanas is the third principle or the third link of this Ashtanga Yoga. Now, whatever I have spoken from the very beginning are just the introduction to keep you in line in the postures. Because see, postures are elaborated by different people of enlightened path in different formats. There are certain yogis who has given the very name of the yoga to the postures. They have brought huge name and fame to the Sanatan Dharma, creating only the postures as their marketing tool. But what exactly are the asanas for? What exactly is your postures going to help you do when you are in this format? It will join your mind with your body. You will start to understand your mind at this position. You will understand when you are sitting with yourself. People say, or the various gurus say, control your mind. Now, I will say you something from my own experience. Mind can never ever be controlled. No, there is no way you can control your mind. You cannot control your thoughts. You cannot control what is going on with you in daily aspects. So when you cannot control your surrounding, you cannot control your mind as well. There are certain things in today's high technical life which are beyond our own thinkable, logical expression of our own self. When I say that, I will also address that there are aspects which you need to let go. Yes, taking in is very easy, but letting go is very hard. From a minute particular feeling to a business empire, it is very hard. I have given up all these things, so I can tell you how hard it is, obviously. When I will say you something from my own life experience. When I was doing just the breathing exercises, that's a pranayam, which the asanas next step is. I was made to learn before that the various postures or the asanas, including Virabhadrasana, Savasana. There are 158 asanas are there which creates you, which navigate you from one frame of mind to the other. It is there, which are considered as stepping stones for elaboration and for going beyond your life and body experience. But when a person is very younger in his age, the muscles and the bones are more flexible. So it is expected, especially in West Bengal, it is expected that at that point of time, some sort of exercises, some sort of yoga kriyas are taught to the kids voluntarily by every parents. At least we used to learn them. So I underwent even the Hatha Yoga classes at that particular time, wherein there are various twisting, turns of the body which I cannot do in this age. Especially when after I got hurt in medically and my body did not permit anymore. So those things will not go along with your life forever. But at that point of time when I was learning them, when my body was 100% fit to take those exercises, it was very, very helpful to keep my mind in its place, to do a huge concentration in my studies. Perhaps I excelled in my educational life, in my education as in school, in my learning, in my extracurricular activities, in singing, dancing, painting, so everything. A Bengali kid will know each and everything. So doing everything, I could excel because my concentration power was put to that level. Today, the kids generally are unable to go forward in that plane. Their mind frame has changed. They have got the main friend as well as their enemy, the mobile phone in their hands. So you will not find the kids outdoor that much where we used to be. The form, the mind frames, even of the parents as well as the kids has changed vastly. Whether it is good, bad or ugly, it is obviously, it is something that is very debatable, because somebody will say it is very good, somebody will say it is very bad. And life is about keeping the balance. Again, asana is keeping the balance of your mind. Now, suppose you are starting at the age of 30 plus or 40 plus, even 50 plus people are starting. Don't expect to do all the asanas, that all the 58 asanas as it is being prescribed to do. Because all the asanas are not useful while doing the dharana or the dhyan. You will have to keep in your mind what is your goal. Suppose your goal is achieving the Paramatma and you are trying to a perfection in your body, it is not possible to go side by side. If you are doing yoga to keep a healthy mind frame, healthy body, you need to have that kind of fitness altogether. But the thing is, if you are taking this as a spiritual goal, asanas will only give you that much strength for your mind, for your body, for your soul, to keep yourself aligned to the process. And that is what is necessary. That is what is necessary to keep your spiritual goal of seeing the Paramatma. I have seen many people who are blind, who are physically otherwise able to go beyond a human life. You can see yogis who are with one single limb sitting in the Himalayas, and they exercise, say, from even climbing down the hill and going again back to their own caves. So it is not a matter of importance of your physical ability, but it is the ability of your mind that keeps you dotting, that keeps you running. So the aims of life, like dharma, artha, kam and moksha, these are the 4 aims of life which we want to address to. We want to address to abhyasa of the vairagya. Means we want to give up our life and death circle and attain the moksha. What we understand. But what is moksha? Moksha is again a very illusion form, because it has got nothing to do, apparently. Moksha, you cannot go beyond this life and death circle forever. It has to happen. You are liberated. You are a free soul. You can join the Godhead. You can get the very blessings of the Paramatma. You can get learned by him. But whenever there is a necessity for your soul, whenever it is necessity for the Paramatma to come and do some work, he will have to come down. He will have to take the human form. So the illusion of moksha in the form of getting totally elevated from this life and death circle is just hopelessly wrong. You can stay there for 2000 years, you can stay there till 5000 years, you can stay there with Paramatma until and unless he is coming in a physical form, but you will have to come. So a great deal of explanation needs to be done when I am talking about chitta and the vrittis. Means your mind stuff and your various forms of requirements. Your wishes. Vrittis are actually the wishes. So when you are heading for this, you are saying that I want to keep the control of the mind by the asanas, the postures corrections. The posture corrections asanas, basically we talk about the various forms in how we are sitting for the meditation. Say Padmasana is the most talked about asana, and the Sukhasana, which are the 2 forms of asanas which are mostly talked about. How to control your legs, how to control your limbs, how to control your backbone to be straight in a particular form, so that the Kundalini form of the energy can rise to the higher level. But what we forget is, even Savasana is a form where a person who is suppose bedridden can do this form of yoga and attain the Paramatma. There is asanas are important to hold. Asanas are important for your sitting postures, for your corrections of your soul, for the hearing to your mind. But it is not that important that without asana you cannot go towards Paramatma. So don't give that kind of importance to the asanas, and don't give me this shit that I cannot sit Mataji. That's why I cannot do the dharana or dhyan sadhana. If you are even lying down, you can do sadhana. It depends how much eager you are to reach your God. It depends how much mindful you are. It depends how concentrated you are. What is the urge of your mind? How your mind is crying to get towards Him. Your mind has to long for Him. You'll have to think God each and every moment. That is the essence of enlightenment. An enlightened body will think of Him and Him only, of the Paramatma, and he will not get a single breath without His name. That is what is your sadhana. What the asanas do is just a aid to help you sit for your dhyan, to make your dharana evolve from a dharana stage to a dhyan stage. That is why this asana, the postures, are that important. Excuse me. Now I will give you a live example. I just now coughed. Now when I started this video, my throat was having some problem. I was having an urge to cough. But it is due to my sadhana that I could restrict it for 22 minutes 38 seconds. So that is what your basic need for all these three limbs. Your mind, your willpower will increase to that level where it will help you stay collected in utter such positions where a normal mind can get different. A person who is practicing yoga can take far beyond these things. Yes, far beyond the shit of the society. Let me spell it out. I was just restricting it due to my clothing. But after that, I thought that if I cannot speak my mind right now, I will never be able to speak my mind ever. So, in yoga, you will have to practice how your buddhi, how your intellect works. Not the artificial intelligence, but your body intellect has to work. How your organs, your indriyas, are going to come together with your manas or the mind to frame a buddhi or the intelligence and negate the egoism or the ahankar, to create a adhyatic internal instrument so that you can reach Paramatma in such a fashion that you can get dissolved in his energy. What we say that once your soul is dissolved in the Paramatma, then you don't take rebirth till a certain time frame. That is what is the truth. That is what the liberation causes. Now, when this Your mind is the spot of the whirlpool. Now your mind needs to be collected. That collection is done by the asana or the posture. What posture is good for you? Your body will identify. A person who is 8 years old, he can do or she can do various gymnastics, various forms of exercises. But a person who is 58 or 68 or 70 plus will not be able to do a pole vault. So stick to the practicalness of your life problems. Stick to the practicalness of what you want and keep your goal fixed. That is how you can reach your achievement. And your achievement over here is Paramatma. So see you in the next episode of our 8 limbs consultation. And if you find my teachings good for you, say me a thanks and subscribe, please.